Hello, Aaron.
Hi.
Nice to see you here. Thank you for coming. Yeah, maybe you explain a little bit who you are, what are you doing, and why we are here today. And we will speak maybe a bit more about the wellness, health and wellness space, and what changes we are awaiting in the future.
Excellent. So, hi, I'm Erin Lee, and I own Koru Wellness, which is a design consultancy, but I'm also very, very interested and passionate about halotherapy. I do run my own salt room, but I'm also very passionate about helping others create salt rooms and successful halotherapy businesses and offer wellness to help people feel better and breathe better naturally. Today I am very fortunate to have joined Relounge. They are setting up a new location today, and it has been a phenomenal experience to actually test out the Relounge bed.
Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe about the experience when we're here already. So you tested it. What would you say? How you would describe the feeling? What happens in your body? And the next question: how you can imagine could this change maybe your work with your customers?
Well, first of all, I will say it was an incredible experience and it exceeded every one of my expectations. It is electric, it feels like electric stimulation, but it actually feels like you've got about 10 massage therapists having a go at your back. And it penetrates really, really deeply, which I was really impressed by it. And it felt, rather than having just a light massage on the outside where it might just reach the thin layers, it got right down into the muscles, and you could even feel it coming through into the front of you.
Yeah.
And then when I got off of the bed, I just felt so relaxed, and even the leg pain that I've been suffering from, which I know is coming from my back, already felt relieved after one session. It was fantastic.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Maybe for the explanation, so we are using TENS. It's just one part of the technology, but TENS impulses that we are overwriting the pain signal immediately. So mostly the people, they're coming down from the relaunch and they're pain free. It's not forever, but I mean, it's the first step to be pain free for one day even, or for 4, 5, 6 days. It's great, and it's a huge change for someone who is suffering for years maybe.
Absolutely.
And then of course we starting building up the muscles with other technologies like low frequency and mid frequency in combination, and this is the game changer on long term. But it's insane to see people who are suffering since years on pain immediately pain free. Great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lovely experience, and the lounger itself looks just stunning and beautiful. And this is what originally attracted my attention to it, was just how unique it looks. And I could already envisage seeing these loungers in salt rooms. So that's where our relationship originated from, was the kind of the foresight to see it potentially going into salt rooms, if not in the salt room, as part of a salt business, because the potential to generate additional revenue through this technique and through this therapy is fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, it's another touchless therapy with great results and immediate effects.
Right.
So I think it would complement really nicely with halotherapy, and as far as halotherapy is helping you to breathe better naturally, it's covering all the respiratory health and that side of things, as well as skin conditions. And then now you're adding in this additional benefit of helping, 80% of people suffer from back pain?
Population,
So that is a huge number. And
really huge. It's a
also,
huge market, target market.
Exactly. I mean, most people I know are suffering from some kind of back pain.
For sure.
So again,
Earlier or later.
yeah.
That's it. That's
so
the
to
truth.
tick all those boxes and really help people on another level, I think this would go very, very well into halotherapy or small wellness businesses as well, where you might have, you only really need 4 square meters to fit one of these in,
Right.
A slightly private space, and it's as short as 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So again, you can get a lot of people coming through.
Yeah.
And you could perhaps do your halotherapy session, then you could go onto the re-lounge bed,
Right.
and that would be a nice, in under an hour, a really full wellness kind of treatment.
I think especially the complementary use is pretty interesting, and this is what we are doing in the wellness and spa space for now. And I think not just the fitness wellness space is suffering on stuff to find the right stuff, to hold them, to motivate them, to get always the same result. And I think this is why touchless technology, especially in the US, but also slowly in Europe also is rising. And this is where we come with touchless experience on relaunch and have huge results with touchless application.
Absolutely. And I think, with this lounger, it could be multi-purpose also. So someone could have a foot massage, you could have a head massage or some Reiki. Right. There's other applications, facials. Yeah. So whilst you might have one space, maybe a treatment room that you're not always filling with those kind of treatments, you could put this bed in it, be able to do those treatments as well as have this experience as well.
Right. Right. Especially complementary, as I told already, in the beauty space, we have a lot of customers. To be honest, we were surprised a bit this year because we are selling more to beauty than wellness or spa in Germany, especially in Germany. But it's pretty interesting because they're combining their treatments with the relaunch and with the back training or massage for them. But physically, it's more a training for us. And this is pretty interesting, and this changes our tanning studios, where we never thought. So they are also looking for new business or revenue streams because the business is going down slowly, and they have to see how they go further. And it's pretty nice combination what you can do. Maybe if you think about your customers, so you are helping B2B customers to setting up their wellness. What would you say are the most suffering points, or where we have to see where we have to help them, or what's your most interesting work in this case? So what you're doing, which problems are you solving?
Well, I think that people are time poor. So what they want to do is they want to be able to come in and they want to get as much benefit as possible in as little time as possible. So I see this as the perfect therapy layering. You go into a salt room or a salt cabin, so a smaller space. You're on a re-lounge bed, you're getting all the respiratory benefits, you're getting the physical element here as well, you're benefiting your mental health with relaxation. We could have headphones on there as well with your meditation or relaxation music. And all of a sudden this becomes a whole body experience in 20 to 30 minutes. And if we're able to do that, and again, being a touchless therapy, we don't have the staff costs. Again, we're seeing a bigger shift from some of the thermal experiences like saunas and steam rooms, which are high on electricity, so electricity costs are high. Halotherapy and the re-lounge are too low cost, for running costs. If we look at it, they draw little electricity to run them, so the running costs are very low. On that note, salt is very cheap as well, costing around about 10p a session. Nice. So, looking at these ongoing costs, it's a way of reducing those down, but then pushing the revenue up without additional staffing costs. And as you say, staffing has always been an issue. So I think anyone who is really passionate about trying to help people on the whole body scale, this is a fantastic product and combination coming their way.
For sure. I think this is why we have so many tanning studios now. Electricity costs is one very important point, but also stuff is a huge problem. I think not just in Germany, not just in England. We are seeing the same thing in the US, especially to find the right stuff. And especially if you're talking about massage people, it's not easy after COVID. So yeah, this is where technology could help. It's not something what we will completely solve with just technology, and this is, I think, not our idea also, but as complementary technology could be a really huge part in the wellness and spa therapy.
I think it's also helping make it more accessible for people starting up businesses to get a quick return on their investment, because you don't have to put in place a lot of staff members, and to be able to get up and running quite quickly. Both Halotherapy and your product, the Relounge, are plug-and-play systems effectively. So, you know, there's not a lot of time and money being spent into setting up other elements of the business. And for a lot of people out there, they're also leasing the spaces. So you don't really want to be affecting the building structure too much. So being able to just be able to plug it in and get maximum benefit is very good as well.
For sure. Also, I think after the plug-in, so the training is or the usability is a huge point, and especially with Halotherapy, it's pretty easy as I've seen. They relaunched the same thing, so we have a high-end medical device, but the usability is pretty good. So everyone, we could train everyone in 1 hour how to use this. I mean the B2B customer, and we can go also with touchless with B2C customers. And this is, I think, pretty important for the future markets, because we don't have time, as you told. It's not just the B2C that has no time, it's also the B2B. And they don't want to make months or weeks of training and understand all the technology. And this is very important, I think, the usability and the easiness of this product.
Yeah, no, I noticed that when I was experiencing it as well. And the user does also have an element of control and to adjust the intensity of the session as you go along. And it's very intuitive. It's one of those things that you can't really go too wrong with it either, can you?
Right, so that's it. And we try to be much more efficient, much more intuitive. This is why we are also developing our application, where we have all in one application, all you need for running the business, but also working with the B2C customer to have good communication with them. And this will be the future. How do you see the boutique studio? So we were yesterday in one boutique studio with Russell in London, and we set it up the device. And maybe from your side, so how you would describe this boutique studios, the future of this, and what was the feedback you have seen? I think B2B from Russell, but you have also seen two B2C feedbacks on the relaunch.
That's right. So yes, I was working with Russell. He also has Halotherapy, which is good to see.
Right.
So he has set up what we call a private members club, and the idea behind it is there would be a small membership who purchase either monthly or annual memberships, and they can also use tokens there. There's some lovely products or equipment to be using, such as red light, infrared, halotherapy, hyperbaric oxygen chambers. So it really is that kind of like that next generation wellness. Again, all very touchless. A beautiful environment which is very relaxing. So people will come in and use these facilities at their leisure, and they can be guided in creating a nice sequencing as well to get maximum benefit. But in order to make it a successful business, they don't need a lot of members to recover the costs and then turn it into profit very, very quickly. With the addition of the Relounge bed, when I showed it to Russell initially and suggested adding it to his facility, he was like, wow, yes, I want that. It looks fantastic. It goes,
and this was just a design at the beginning.
And that was before he even tried it. So to actually see him yesterday and see it all set up and how excited he was about it. He'd tried it. He's already had 6 people through trying it, and the feedback that we've been hearing already has been fantastic. I mean, there was a lady there yesterday who said, I'm coming back, you've got to keep it, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, immediate effects.
Yeah,
and you know,
this is very important, because I think there are many technologies outside where you are waiting weeks or months for an effect. The people, they don't have time, and they want a result yesterday, not today. And I think this is the game changer also with the relaunch, because you have an immediate effect. It depends, or either you have pain, you're painless maybe, or has less pain, but it could be just a relaxing, right, that you feel immediately more relaxed. And this is very important, especially in today's days. They want always the result immediately, and this is where we try to be as fast as possible with the result, but also with the feeling. We have the most people, so we say 9 of 10, so 10 of 10 like it, but 9 of 10 they're really surprised what happens there. Russell also yesterday, he asked, okay, what is moving here? So the plates are moving. No, it's just your muscle. And he's a masseur, so he knows what to do and what is the feeling of a really great massage. But the other side of this is you have to test this. You have to lie down, either you're B2B, you're a B2C end consumer. You have to lie down and test this, because you can't describe.
No.
So we asked you also how you would describe this feeling, and everyone is trying to describe, but you can't really give or transfer this feeling.
No.
This is our work. What we have to do, we have to bring the people on the relaunch.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's very, very exciting to see where these locations are popping up, where you can try these out, and also the future partnerships and collaborations that are coming. So it's a very exciting space to watch. And
for sure, and I think especially the combinations that we have here now in England, it's huge, and I'm sure we will be pretty fast with the next steps and next locations. So keep calm, and I hope you have soon the possibility to try the relaunch in England. Thank you very much, Erin. It were, I think, great 2 days. We have many things done. And I'm seeing in the future. So.
Absolutely, many things to do too.
Yeah, great.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.